ruthless and utterly merciless, something barbaric, something the Pakistani state is desperately trying to hide behind a blackout and a blame game. In Pakistan-administered Kashmir, civilians, not militants, not armed groups, but unarmed civilians who are demanding their rights, resulting in them being shot, dead, by the Pakistani security forces. Civilians are demanding electoral reform, cheaper electricity, lower food prices, the basic needs of every human being. And just over a few days ago, at least 30 people were killed, according to international news reports. The protesters were asking for the basic dignity of being heard. This is not a law enforcement issue alone, on its own. This is power without responsibility. In Mirpur, tens of thousands gathered peacefully under the Joint Awami Action Committee, a group we are now told is banned in Azad Kashmir and in Pakistan. No weapons, no violence, just voices. Voices demanding the right to vote, the right to choose their leaders, the right to exist without military oversight. Witnesses say security forces opened fire on the unarmed crowds. And what happened next is even darker. Dead bodies were reportedly dragged from the streets, taken away and buried or burnt beyond recognition. Some residents claim more bodies later disappeared from the hospitals, but we can't verify this because the authorities are not confirming or denying anything. Entire neighborhoods were sealed off and closed. People are going without food. They're unable to leave their homes. And then the final tool of authoritarian control: complete mobile internet shutdown. Kashmir once again is cut off from the world. It sounds like something out of a movie, but trust me, it's not. This is very serious and very real. It sounds very much something that the Zionist state of Israel would be doing in Gaza. And it's a great playbook to follow for Pakistan. Nobody can blame Pakistan because everybody's looking at Israel. And if they do point their finger at Pakistan, they'll turn around and say, well, what about Israel? I mean, this is how authoritarianism works. Starts off with one state, and then it just plays out with other states. We've seen it happen all over the world. Amnesty International has already warned the shutdowns like this are designed to conceal serious human rights abuses. And that's exactly what this looks like, a blackout to hide a crackdown, which is hiding human rights abuses. Let's be clear, these protests were about electoral reform, about cheaper electricity, and about lower food prices. The food prices out there are astronomical. Local people can barely afford to buy a kilo of meat or chicken or whatever they wish to buy. They're having to rely on scraps left over in the shop that are going bad because that's all they can afford. And the government doesn't care. These are demands every democratic state should respect, not punish. But Pakistan's response was brutal, and it was with bullets. Not rubber bullets, not water hoses. They were with real bullets designed to kill. And here's the hypocrisy. For decades, Pakistan has positioned itself internationally as a defender of Kashmiri rights. Kashmiri rights in India, before you start thinking of Pakistan. Yet, Kashmir is under its own control in Pakistan-administered Kashmir. Demand those exact same rights. They're met with lethal force right out of the Israeli playbook. You can't get much better than that. Does it really matter? It doesn't really matter what the Israelis are showing Pakistan to do. No, it doesn't. Rights cannot be selective. You cannot champion freedom abroad while crushing it at home. So it doesn't matter what excuses Pakistan uses. It's unacceptable. What's happening right now demands urgent scrutiny, an independent investigation into the killings, restoration of communications so that the truth can emerge. full access to journalists and human rights observers, accountability regardless of rank, uniform or institution, because people should not die for demanding their basic human rights. And when they do, it stops being a political dispute and becomes a human rights crisis. In the final analysis, Pakistan can blame India, it can blame foreign funding, it can blame agitators. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. But the blame is a distraction. It's a shield for brutality. The reality is simple. Civilians killed for asking for food and political reform. This is not stability. This is not governance. This is a shadow wearing the mask of security. Darkness that drapes itself across the Kashmir Valley, pretending to protect what it quietly consumes, desperately calling upon the world before the silence becomes the final witness. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your daily eye roll. Today's serving of political misery, incompetence, and state-sponsored nonsense. Wipe your eyes, unclench your jaw, and try not to scream into the pillow. I'll be back soon because unfortunately the world keeps giving us fresh disasters to roast. If you liked today's video, please subscribe, leave a comment, join our growing YouTube family. Your support really helps keep the conversation flowing. Take care.